To this dangerous situation ahead.
I don't know what anybody has their hair out. It's just like.
President Trump adds some exemptions to his recently rolled out tariffs. What does that mean for North Texas and your wallet?
Easter is right around the corner. We'll show you how Denton celebrated this weekend and if the weather will make for a pleasant egg hunt.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Lucy Ritchie.
And I'm Aaron Erie. A lake day turned dangerous for a group of UNT students during a trip organized by the UNT Outdoor Pursuit Center. Our live shot reporter Kendall Keaton has more on the rescue mission that brought them back safely to shore. Kendall?
Aaron, 10 University of North Texas students are saved after being blown off course at Lake Ray Roberts Saturday afternoon. This all happened around 12:30 p.m. according to the Texas Parks and Wildlife. The group was out in 2 canoes and 5 paddleboards when strong winds pushed them towards the center of the lake. Panicked and clinging to their boards, they called 911. A Cook County game warden launched a rescue boat with paramedics on board, eventually locating the students and bringing all 10 safely to shore. Officials say one person was hospitalized for hypothermia. They're reminding everyone to always check weather conditions, wear life jackets, and understand the limits when going out on the water. Now, officials say this could have ended very differently, and they're very thankful for the quick responses and replies that saved lives. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kendall. We're so glad that everybody is okay. Well, Aaron, I have been soaking up the warm sun, and I am so happy to be out of that winter weather.
Me too, Lucy. I want to get my fill of this weather before I head back up north for the summer.
Well, let's send it over to our weather anchor, Isabel Price, to find out whether or not our night will be just as beautiful. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, it's warm out there and it's feeling great. And for the rest of the night, it should definitely keep being warm. So let's take a look at our first look. It's 79 right now. It feels like 75 with about 17 miles an hour wind. Nothing too crazy. If we take a look at tonight, it'll be 66. It'll feel like 63 with about 10 miles an hour wind. So if you are doing anything, you can dress light. Just make sure to have a jacket with you. Then tomorrow at around noon, it'll be 69. It'll feel like 74. So we're pushing warmer with about 6 miles an hour wind. But I'll be right back later on in the show to give you the full breakdown of the weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Izzy. Well, the up and down cycle of the U.S. economy and stock markets continued today, but today it was on an upswing after President Trump announced an exemption on tariffs for certain key electronics from China. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained more than 300 points. For more on what that could mean for those of us needing a new cell phone, let's go to ntTV's Cynthia Mendoza. Cynthia?
Thanks, Lucy. That's right. Hours after the tariff took effect, Donald Trump rolled back some of those tariffs on electric imports. At least temporarily, smartphones, computers, and other electronics may not be affected, but other items could go up. Items like cars, food, clothing from other countries may face the brunt of the situation. Chinese imports now face a minimum of 145% tariff rate. Beijing rates up 125%. And customers in the U.S. caught in the middle, as well as businesses who face higher prices. Trump is hoping the tariffs will bring more manufacturing jobs to the U.S. Some economists agree, while others do not. The White House says they will revisit them in the coming months. With the introduction of the new tariffs, American electronic company NVIDIA is pushing to produce AI supercomputers entirely in the U.S. for the first time. NVIDIA chips power much of the AI that we know in the U.S. today. They announced they will begin manufacturing computers in Texas with the help of companies in Dallas and Houston. In total, this is a $500 billion investment in manufacturing here in the U.S. Production at both Texas plants is in effect and expected to go up and running in the next year or so. Finally, it's tax time, and even college students often have to file. Now, the big day is tomorrow, so you have until midnight tomorrow night to get those taxes returns in the mail. But lots of Americans wait till the last minute to file returns. Nearly 1/3 say they procrastinate mainly because dealing with the process feels overwhelming. Now, if you're a college student and single and earn more than $14,600 in 2024, either from a job or investment, you need to file. That's it for the bad economic news. Let's go back to Lucy with some good financial advice. Lucy?
Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. Dealing with taxes and other money matters is not easy. But April is officially National Financial Literacy Month, and ntTV has found some ways for students to succeed in their financial worlds. Check it out.
Seem familiar? You're not alone. With graduation season coming up, so do financial responsibilities. Luckily, there are ways to sufficiently live life without a money cloud over your head after graduation.
Financial stress is inevitable. It is okay to feel a little bit of financial stress.
Experts' most effective tip? Budgeting.
To start budgeting, just focus on what your expenses are, how much revenue you're generating, and if you're spending too much for them versus what you're actually making, you need to start to break that down and start adjusting it. Maybe living more of a frugal or modest lifestyle for now.
That if you can find yourself with a budget that works for you and takes care of maybe not just your needs, but also your wants, it's okay to spend some money on your wants.
Credit cards can also be a powerful tool for students to use in college.
I think it's really good for kids to have credit cards in college. One, because you can start generating your credit.
But without a plan, credit cards can lead to more stress than success.
Just be sure to pay it down because the interests are so much higher versus any sort of other asset class, like private loans, government loans, corporate loans. Like the interest on credit cards are so high.
Experts say that financial planning is a long game, and having patience with financial investments like student loans is important, as well as having grace for your financial decisions.
It is okay to not have it all figured out immediately. Life throws us lots of challenges when we're leaving college generally, and so it's okay to fall down, but you have to make a commitment to yourself to get back up.
The Student Money Management Center at UNT has events all through April to help students develop healthy money habits after college. Getting smart with money now can help you take control of your finances later.
If you have any questions or for more information on how you can take action to ease life after college, you can head over to the Student Money Management Center located in the Eagle Student Services building.
It's one of the biggest and most popular music streaming services in the world. Chances are good that you have either heard it on your own app or in some store or some other kind of public venue, and you know it as Spotify. It's also home to UNT alum Dusty Jenkins, the public affairs officer for the corporation. She was back on campus last Friday to chat with students.
So my advice to students overall is first and foremost, get started. I think it's easy to sit in a classroom and talk about and think about what you want to do. And so once you graduate, it doesn't mean you're going to start in the job you want to eventually have. I think we all start at places we think are slightly different than where we want to end up.
Spotify has more than 678 million active users each month.
Easter is coming up, and we'll show you how Dentonites have been celebrating, plus if you'll need a raincoat while hunting eggs.
And from colorful eggs to spooky ghosts, who knew Denton could soon be the Halloween capital of Texas? We'll have that story after the break. Stay with us.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Hey Alex, this guy on the internet says he wants to give me money.
That sounds suspicious.
What do you mean?
Typically, strangers who promise you money on the internet have their own best interest in mind. They often use bounced checks, which will disappear shortly after depositing, but not before they've asked for some money in return.
So he doesn't really want to spoil me?
No.
Well, then what should I do?
The best way to handle it is to block and report the suspicious message, or even consult local law enforcement if you've already fallen victim.
So I guess we aren't going to Key West for spring break?
No.
Searching for a hit-and-run driver not far from the UNT campus. ntTV's Alana Woodard is live at Denton Police Headquarters with more on this developing story.
Thank you, Lucy. This past Saturday, around 2 a.m., 2 pedestrians were struck near North Bonnie Bray Street, less than 3 miles north of UNT's campus. People at the scene said they saw a dark car hit the pedestrians as they were walking in the roadway. The car did not stop and was last seen going north on Bonnie Bray. One victim suffered severe injuries and another had minor injuries. Multiple people heard the crash from their homes. One witness realized it was his roommates who were involved in the accident. The victims are reportedly college students, but Denton police have not said if they attend UNT or another school. Investigators think the hit-and-run driver was in a 2014 or 15 model Kia. They are asking anyone with information to reach out. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alana. There was a major change today in another criminal investigation in North Texas. A judge in Collin County reduced the bond for a teenager who's been charged with stabbing another student to death. And just a short time ago, he was released from jail. Carmelo Anthony's bond was lowered from $1 million to $250,000. He was released from jail and is under house arrest. Anthony is accused of killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet in Frisco earlier this month. Anthony claims the stabbing was in self-defense, and his lawyer is asking the public not to rush to judgment before the facts are presented in this case.
Aaron, the weather has been changing fast and it is getting very warm outside.
Absolutely right, Lucy. The sun was shining strongly today.
Let's send it over to our weather anchor, Isabel Price, to find out what the next week is going to look like. Izzy?
Yeah, you guys, like I talked about earlier in the show, it's definitely warmer than we've seen the past couple weeks. It feels great. The sun is shining. Let's take a look at our North Texas map. So here in Denton, it's a good 79. Down in McKinney, we have 79 again. 42 down in Fort Worth, 84 in Dallas, 80 in Decatur. It just looks pretty good all across the state. Now let's take it over to our state map. As we can see, it's 90 down in Austin, 76 in Abilene, 82 in Houston, and then you have some outlier weather up in Amarillo with about 62, but honestly, nothing too crazy. So let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Alrighty, so it'll be 75 tomorrow with a low of 51, partly cloudy, with Wednesday looking similar as the temperature starts dropping as you go throughout the rest of the week. Wednesday, a high of 85 with a low of 64. Thursday will be a day similar to how today feels with a high of 87, a low of 67. But Friday is when you're going to start to see those temperatures dropping. So it'll be a high of 83 with a low of 64 with partly cloudy weather with a 20% chance of rain at night. Saturday is you're going to see your heaviest rain day with about 70% chance of rain, a high of 74 and a low of 59. And then Easter Sunday is going to be 75 with a low of 52, a 55% chance of rain, but with morning showers imminent. And then as you go into the next week with Monday, a high of 87 and a low of 61. So if you're going to be out there in the Easter time, just make sure you have a jacket and an umbrella with you. And remember, everyone, grab your umbrellas when you're out. I know Lucy will have hers when she does those Easter egg hunts. Isn't that right, Lucy?
That's right, Izzy. Thank you. With storms expected to roll in on Easter Sunday, we were lucky to enjoy some early celebrations over the weekend. Families and students came together for an Easter egg hunt at the Denton Civic Center, and ntTV was there to catch all of the fun. The event brought smiles, laughter, and a sense of community as children searched for colorful eggs hidden across the lawn. With games, treats, and photos, it was a joyful way to celebrate the holiday season. We'll have full coverage of this fun event coming up later this week on ntTV Nightly News. Another great way UNT students can enjoy this warm weather is by having a splash at the Songkran Water Festival. The festival is happening right now at the University Union South Lawn and celebrates the Thai New Year national holiday, also known as Songkran Splendors. This event celebrates the new Thai solar year, and the water splashing symbolizes making a fresh start by washing away any misfortunes from the past year. Water balloons, hoses, and other spray toys will be provided so students can splash others with water and enter the new year clean.
And while we celebrate springtime now, there is something is booming in Denton to help celebrate this coming Halloween. Our reporter Micah Talley has more on the story. Micah?
Thanks, Aaron. Things are about to get fantastic this coming October in Denton. The city wants to make Denton the Halloween capital of Texas after the success of the first 31 days of Halloween last year, resulting in 660,000 people. State Representative Richard Hayes filed a resolution in February to make this a reality. If the resolution goes into effect, it is to last 10 years ending in 2035. The city will be renamed Denton Halloween, Texas, and while the decision is still in the hands of the Texas House Committee for Cultural Recreation and Tourism, all the Denton locals are buzzing with excitement. Well, here I am live in Halloween Town, Denton, creeping it real. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up, the sounds of music ring all throughout Denton, including multiple UNT jazz ensembles posting their last concert of the school year. We'll have interviews with some of those musicians.
And Denton's very own will be showcasing her musical talent in Hawaii. Stick around.
Are you looking for a fun club with travel opportunities? Dive into the UNT Swim Club. Practicing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pool Recreation Center. We accept members at any skill level. For more information, reach out to us at unt.swimclub on Instagram.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
Denton made history this weekend as it welcomed the first electric fire truck in the state. This new tool for our firefighters is called the Volterra. The welcome party included the ceremonial push-in, where members of the Denton community gathered to wash down the new truck and push it back into the station before heading into service.
It's always exciting for the fire department to have something new, and being the very first in the state, and actually the whole southern region of the U.S. The only other electric fire truck right now is in Gilbert, Arizona.
Fire Chief Hedges also said that traditional diesel engines generate cancer-causing carcinogens, and the electric vehicle is a step in the right direction to protect the health of our firefighters. We'll have more tomorrow night on this new addition to efforts to keep Denton safe.
Well, fire trucks aren't the only thing that's electrifying Denton. UNT's College of Music hosts hundreds of electrifying performances every year. Our segment anchor London Stewart had the chance to experience one of these events this past week.
That's right, Aaron. UNT is home to one of the most prestigious music programs in the country. Throughout the semesters, UNT's College of Music has hosted weekly events to showcase their broad talent. This past week, I had the chance to watch the 7 and 5 o'clock lab bands perform at their final jazz ensemble of this semester. Many gathered in the UNT syndicate to watch UNT's own jazz ensemble.
The opportunities that we have to kind of have real world experiences on campus, kind of like this is what you would be doing in the real world, but they give us an opportunity to kind of experience it while we're studying it. when I be going to Starbucks, they be playing jazz in there all the time. So I guess like that, or like seeing people from like different majors coming to watch this, and like everyone, it like brings everyone together. It doesn't matter like what major you are, like you're in, like they all just come to watch jazz.
UNT is home to some of the most prolific music instructors.
The amazing faculty. I mean, pretty much everybody here is either Grammy nominated or very much well known and very good at what they do.
Here at this event, the UNT 7 and 5 o'clock lab bands performed their last performance for the semester.
You know, being in a band with like 30 plus people, it really forces you to have to play outside of your comfort zone.
A chance for the jazz program to show the talent that it has.
UNT's jazz ensembles have occurred all year long and have provided a way for young talents to get their name out there and provide students and guests with a show.
You guys can join them in the fall of 2025. Go Mean Green.
If you're a rising artist who is looking to expand your expertise, UNT could be that fit you're looking for. That's all I have for you today for Seen and Heard. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, London. Another musician with Denton ties took her talents to the Aloha State over the weekend. American Idol contestant Brianna Nix wowed the judges once again with her latest performance. Nick sang the Christian worship song Still Rolling Stones by Lauren Daigle on last night's episode in Hawaii. The judges compared her voice to Adele and Idol judge Carrie Underwood. Nix is among the final 24 contestants. She will learn next Sunday whether she will advance to the top 20.
Former Dallas Maverick Luka Doncic continues to break records with the Los Angeles Lakers. He now has the highest-selling NBA jersey of the 2024-2025 season, ahead of Steph Curry at number 2 and LeBron James at number 3. Doncic is the first player other than Curry or James to top the list since 2013 and the first international player to ever top the list. Jersey sales overall went up after the Mavericks traded Doncic to LA back in February. The Lakers also have the most merchandise sales as a team this season, led by the pairing of Doncic and James.
Aaron, I saw that you went out to the golf range the other day with another ntTV friend.
That's right, Lucy. We were getting ready for the Masters golf tournament, but unfortunately, we didn't even get close to making the cut.
I figured since you were wearing a gray jacket today and not a green one. Our sports anchor, Seth Wickman, knows who the real winners were this past weekend. Seth?
Yeah, guys, golf history was made yesterday. The Stars are preparing for a postseason run, and Dallas basketball's future might actually be in good hands after all. I'll have these stories after the break. Stick around.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
The WNBA draft starts in just a few minutes in New York, and the Dallas Wings have the first overall pick. Now, analysts and people with common sense believe Dallas will select UConn superstar and national champion Paige Bueckers, also known as Paige Buckets. The Wings had a disappointing season last year with a record of 9-31, and fans are really hoping Bueckers can turn things around after a painful year for Dallas basketball fans. I know I'll be tuning in right after the show to see Paige announced as the newest Dallas Wing. Now, with Paige about to begin her pursuit of greatness, another athlete achieved it yesterday. Rory McIlroy won the Masters and finally secured his career Grand Slam, which means he is now only the 6th player to win all 4 major tournaments. McIlroy had a chance to take the win on the 18th hole, but bogeyed after missing a putt, and this forced him and Justin Rose into a playoff where Rose parred the hole and McIlroy hit a beautiful shot from the fairway, which allowed him to claim victory with an easy birdie putt. Now, this has been a long journey for McIlroy as he's been trying to accomplish this Grand Slam for 11 years since he won his 3rd major at the Open Championship in 2014. Now, since the Masters crowned their champ, the NHL will soon do the same. The Stars are playing their final game of the regular season tonight in Detroit against the Red Wings, and they'll try to add one more to the win column of their record of 50, 24, and 6. Their playoff journey as the 2 seed will begin later this week in a series against the Colorado Avalanche, a team that they beat in the 2nd round last year. Now, I can't lie, I am a little nervous since they're in the middle of a 5-game losing streak right now, but I know Robo and Otter will come through for Dallas. But that's all I got for sports, so back to you guys to the desk.
Thank you, Seth. Aaron, those athletes really know how to fly, whether they're on the ice or on the court.
Well, as far as flight goes, they've got nothing on this next team.
That's right, because this crew, they literally flew into space. The space technology company Blue Origin has launched the first all-women crew to go to space in over 60 years. Among the crew are pop star Katy Perry, journalist Gayle King, movie producer Carrie-Anna Flynn, women's rights advocate Amanda Nguyen, former NASA scientist Aisha Bowie, and flight organizer Lauren Sanchez. Katy Perry carried a small daisy during the launch as a symbolism for confronting fears and as an honor for her daughter's name. Gayle King definitely confronted her fear of flying during the trip, saying after they landed that she was so proud of herself and the crew. Currently, 15% of space travelers are women, and with this expedition, that number may continue to rise.
It's really an incredible moment, Lucy.
I agree.
And thank you for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.